This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Stafford going to throw from the outset. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. To throw is Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. The Rams had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
You can do better. way. I can't believe this.
Was that even a play?
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second down, here's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first on the road here in L.A. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Jones will come now in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. On the option to give to Swift here. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Stafford. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Going right back to Akers.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now it's Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Easy. Hey, 50.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back
both
over
these teams,
to
no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak.
Here's
and for the call
Jonathan
of the
Coachman.
second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They just had to straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. The man in motion is Brown. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. 11 yards for number 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this off to Swift. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
On 1st down, Hurts
going deep here for Watkins. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over here up near the 40. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
This offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. He's got Smith here. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles first down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Rams are right back in this football game. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford.
That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's 2nd down. Stafford now to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Control the line of scrimmage. Control it. Hey.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Yeah, he'll try to run with this.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Akers again.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Cam Akers,
His 4th touchdown on the year.
and the Rams have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here's 3rd down at 5. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 36. They'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now second down and a few inches. Forced out to his left. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. This is 1st and 10. Stafford. Able to find Jones. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
59! 10.
Now Stafford. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys are struggling to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Easy. 50.
Stafford now to throw. Open man right side is cut complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now it's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to throw. This complete to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And we know that this crowd really wants to explode. What a win this would be. They had a shot at the end zone right there, and it fell incomplete.
The ball on the 16 for 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Keep pushing the ball downfield. Alert!
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and did not have their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for L.A., they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Southern California, so long, everybody.